Hey guys, Mike Goldstein of EasyDatingCoach.com. We've got an amazing topic, very specific. We've got 5 little known secrets for women over 50. And on a side note, I am so pumped for this because right now I think about 50% of my portfolio of clients are over 60. So this is exciting. And we've got no one better to help us than my new friend, Lisa Copeland. Lisa, say hi to everybody.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Mike. Thanks for having me here.
Yes, Lisa. All right, let's
Hi.
get into it.
Sure.
First off, so what's the big difference for women dating over 50 versus dating in your 20s?
Okay. The biggest difference is in your 20s, you're actually looking for a partner you're going to have children with. Those hormones are kicking in. You're looking for Mr. Hottie because he seems the one that's the strongest to survive because it goes back to our DNA coding from the caveman days. So that is how we dated in our 20s, looking for a strong, hot guy that we were so attracted to and had so much chemistry with because we had to create a lot of children so they would survive. And also, that's the DNA coding. So we still carry that. But what we also do is during that time, we're building our lives. You connect with someone, you get the house, you get the kids, you get the dog, the cat, the jobs. You're building not a community. You're building like your own little world. Now, in your 50s, you're not going to be having kids. Now, men can, but women are not going to be having kids. And most men do not want additional children in their 50s because they probably already have grandkids. So when you're in your 50s, the problem is women are out there looking for the hot guy again. And everybody says, I go online and they all look so old and they look like my grandmother and they look like my aunt, and they look like my grandfather because everybody in their 50s doesn't think they look older, but all you got to do is go to an Ingle concert and you'll see it. You'll see everyone there. I did that once. It was like, oh my God, Denim City. Me too. I had that too. But you want to date in your 50s for support. You want someone you're going to have fun with, you're going to play with, and who's going to be there for you through the ups and downs of this part of your life. So looking for Mr. Hottie is not necessarily the best fit for you in your 50s.
All right, so we're not looking for Mr. Hottie. What are we looking for?
We're looking for a good guy. And this is vice versa. A guy should be looking for a good woman who he can talk with, who he can play with, go out and have fun, going to dinner, going to activities. You're looking for companionship. The other cool thing about dating over 50 is you don't have to marry. You don't even have to live together. You can live apart. You could just have a friendship. You can have a friends with benefits situation. You could just have a lover and toss them off, whatever you want. There are options. Whereas when you're younger, it is definitely to the goal of marriage and children. Although a lot of couples don't have children anymore, but their DNA is still going for that kind of guy they would have the child with.
All right, let me play devil's advocate because I know both of us get this all the time. I'm just not sexually attracted to a lot of these men.
Yes.
So how do you handle that woman so that she can still date? And obviously we want her to be sexually attracted at some point. So how do we get this accomplished?
That's a really, really good question because people say to me all the time, I did not have instant chemistry with him. I did not have an instant attraction with him. And again, I go back to, you really want to look at what it is you want in that relationship. And yes, in the beginning, sex is great, but as we're aging, our bodies change. And even though our hormones may be intense in the beginning, unlike how old you are, Mike, where that hormonal thing is sustained for quite a bit longer, it is not as sustainable of a quality that happens. You need someone you share values with. You need someone that's going to make you laugh. You need someone you're going to play with. And you do want to have an attraction factor, but that can grow. I mean, sometimes that can really grow. We don't, and a lot of women will knock men out and go, "Oh, I didn't feel the chemistry." But give a guy a chance. Go out with him a couple times, especially if he's a nice guy. Because there's a lot of good guys out there that really want to make these women happy, and women are knocking them out right and left. But that is vice versa too. There's a lot of men, and everybody's going for the hotties. That's just it. We go, "Oh, that's my type." And if you're a hottie in this age group, you really have the choice, especially as a male, who you want to be with. But that's what a lot of people go for. Go for a guy who's just a good guy who could make you laugh and have fun with.
I love it. That is solid advice and spot on. All right. So what's the best way for women over 50 to find a guy?
So I think you have to have different ways to meet men. I teach all my clients, you need to go online, which you love doing with your clients. You also need to get out there and meet people in real life. And in this age group, they're not as inclined to go sit at a bar. It's just not their thing. But I do suggest you go take one friend, one girlfriend, sit at a bar and, talk to men. It's not like, get out of the expectation, I'm going out and I'm going to meet the one tonight. Go out and just meet new and interesting people and get used to talking to men. I think in this age group, people didn't flirt a lot when they were younger because they fell into relationships young, like in college and out of college or in high school. And the flirting wasn't there. And that is one of the biggest questions I get all the time is, how do I flirt? They just don't know how to flirt. So getting out there and talking to men and moving your head like this and smiling like, ooh, and touching a little, that is all flirting. And it's real. Flirting really is inside of us. We just have to get it back out. And that's why it's important to talk to men wherever you are. And meetups are great, not like knitting meetups, but happy hour meetups, dance meetups and there's lots of them for over 50 people. I think those are two great ways to meet people, online dating and getting out in real life.
I love that. So since we didn't get to talk so much offline, I thought I'd share this fun little thing that I used to do. So obviously I have clients all over the world, but occasionally I get local clients and I take them to the supermarket to go hit on men. And it's so much fun. It's terrifying. But how easy is it, especially if you have certain dietary needs and you want someone that eats the same way as you do, you can kind of check out their shopping cart and be like, oh, not only is he hot, good looking guy, but eating his vegetables and this is good.
I think that's pretty rare.
What?
Eating his vegetables.
All right, but at least we can pick up men at the grocery store.
Yes. And people have gotten married picking up men at the grocery store. It's a great way to start a conversation. You have something in common. You've shopped. Or they pick out something maybe they pick out a bottle of wine and you go, oh my God, I love red wine. What kind of wine is that? It's not that hard to just start conversations. It's just scary because we're so afraid of being rejected. And over 50, you've probably already been rejected if you've been in a divorce. You have certain feelings of rejection. And so starting to talk to men is scary. It's like, oh, but smile, bat your little eyelashes. Really, no, just ask questions and be playful. That's the big thing. I mean, isn't that what you tell your clients too? Have fun. And
I think that's the key, especially a man over 50. He has zero concerns most of the time. His only concern is, I want to have fun.
Yeah.
Because everything else, like work or taking care of kids or whatever, that's all stress. And he's going to do that stuff. With you, he just wants to have fun.
That's right. That's absolutely right. Mm-hmm.
All right, beautiful. So let's talk about dating over 50 a little more. What are some of the challenges that women are experiencing?
Well, I think the biggest challenge, like I mentioned before, is everybody goes online and sees pictures of people that look so old. But so one of the ways here's a story, and it has to do with my son. And before Facebook came out, some pictures came out of my high school reunion. And I hadn't seen these people in like 35, 40 years. And all these pictures are in an email. And I drag my son upstairs. I go, come on, Mom, I want you to look at something. And I go, how old do you think these people are? Because I thought they looked like their parents. He says, like around 45 to 50. He nailed it. I mean, that's how old they were. And I said, do I look that old? And he says, no comment. You know, it's we don't we don't see ourselves as aging. And that's why I said before, go in an Eagles concert. You'll see we are older. Now, that doesn't mean that you still don't have youthful energy. You definitely do. And don't necessarily knock out people's pictures online because they look a little older. Give them a chance. I have to say, I think that's the biggest thing is online dating is so one-dimensional. And everybody goes by the picture and the profile. And the profile, I mean, people write kind of like who they want to be, not necessarily who they are. And you know, people make snap decisions based on those pictures and profiles that aren't even necessarily true. You know, it's not. And I have a lot of women that say I'm done with online dating and they're trying to meet men in real life. They're just tired of it because it's hard. It is hard work. I will say that, but it's workable. I've had clients get married from online dating. It's just you have to be persistent about it and you have to give men a chance.
So can women really find love after 50? Is this really possible?
Yes, I've had women get married. Like I said, I think the biggest thing is I have every client create what's called a quality man template. And this is like a blueprint for who they want at this time in their life. And so many of them will say to me after we've done this, and it's a really deep dive into what's going to make you happy now versus using your 20-year-old self to decide for your 50-plus-year-old self what's going to make you happy. And they will often say to me, I used to go out there, I couldn't see anybody because they weren't my type. And I have to say, if you're divorced and you keep reattracting your type, chances are your type does not work for you anymore. There's something in there. This goes deeper where you're trying to heal something when you have this pattern. And most of us do it, by the way. It's not uncommon where we date the same person and fail at it at the same time. So when I have these clients create a quality man template, is what I call it, all of a sudden, like the view opens up. And I have them say to me, I never, ever would have talked to him in the past. And now I'm getting married, or now I have a great boyfriend. And it's really opening the doors to different types of men that can really make you happy. And I love when I get those letters. Oh my God. I'm like so happy when they say to me, I couldn't have done it without that quality man template. And I hear it over and over and over again because it truly opened their eyes to the possibilities. Because most of us are like racehorses. We're like this. Looking for the needle in the haystack.
That's so interesting too, because like if we keep dating our type, it's insane because each time those didn't work out. And
that's right.
Like, why wouldn't we change something? And I get it because we don't see it when we're looking inside. It's always we need someone from the outside saying, "Hey, you, come on, shake it up."
Right. That's right. That's right. But it's scary to do. And we don't even realize that. Like my clients will say, I didn't even realize there were other kinds of people I could date and where I could be much, much happier. Yeah.
And it's really, it feels very uncomfortable. I want to tell a story. So I was in an unhealthy relationship where there was really no trusting and there was no my life, her life, and our life. It was just our life. And I didn't have my own. And everything had to be done together because it was where it was. Anyway.
Draining.
So then I was in that relationship for a number of years. And so then I got out of it and then I started dating. And all of a sudden this woman was independent that I was, on a number of dates with and doing her own thing and letting me do my own thing. And I was like, what is happening? I'm so not used to this. And it felt very uncomfortable at first. Like, does she not need me? Does she not want me? And I was getting in the pattern of like, hold on, this is healthy. And I'm about to sabotage this because I'm used to unhealthy and it felt more familiar. And so that's kind of scary, and we need to have someone either knocking us across the head and saying, what are you doing? Or if we can self-assess and we're good at that, that's great too. But does that story kind of ring true to what we're
Oh,
talking about?
yeah. Yeah. What I have them do, what I have my clients do is I have them really take a look at a whole list of questions of why they were attracted to that person, what they learned from that person. We create what's called a pattern chart to really start to identify patterns so that they can see them in the future and identify them sooner. And every woman says to me, until I put this down in writing, I didn't even realize I was doing that. And it happened in my own life where I was attracting the same type of man, same like you, over and over and over again. And it wasn't going anywhere, and it's very, very common. It's something that we all do until someone, like you said, comes along and says, hey, you're just dating the same person and getting the same results, which is the definition of insanity.
So I love that. So let's talk about things you need to be successful at dating over 50. What else do you need to really get this job done and get it right?
I tell women, do not go on a date like you're going for a job interview.
And I'm doing a job interview right now, huh? Sorry.
So, how to get the job done. All right. The first thing you absolutely have to have is confidence. And most people come out of a marriage not feeling so confident. I think that's male and female both. But women especially, their bodies have changed a lot since they were in their 20s, and it petrifies them. Like, will anybody like me? Will anybody want me this way? Well, what we forget to do is remember that over 50-year-old guy, his body changed too, the same as yours did. But the interesting thing is younger guys are hitting on older women now all the time. And maybe you can explain better why that's happening.
Oh, I sure can. Yeah, just they think this woman's going to overly appreciate that this young guy is hitting on her. And ultimately, a guy wants to have sex. And he's thinking she's going to be receptive and he will get sex. And that's it.
All about the sex. Also, I've asked younger guys when I was dating in my 40s and 50s and I was out there and they would hit on me, I would say, God, are you looking for a mother? And one of the things they would say to me, though, is they found that older women were actually less maintenance, too, than women their own age. And they kind of liked it. Like, I knew a couple, they were 10 years apart. He was 10 years younger than her, and it was an amazing relationship. But she had a hard time accepting. So this goes back to your values. She had a hard time accepting that a guy that was 10 years younger than her would even want her. So, men like women of all ages, just like women like men of all ages. But the real key is, so to get the job done, you have to have your confidence in place. And that is a big thing I work on with women, to feel their value again, because they forget. They come out of marriages where they've been the soccer mom, someone's wife, someone's wife, someone's mother, someone's sister, someone's daughter. And they don't always have enough of an identity of their own at this point. I remember when I came out of a 24-year marriage, and it was, I was so intertwined with my ex-husband that I remember being on a date, and a baseball player came in, and the date I was with said, oh my God, that's so-and-so. And I'd heard his name and I thought, oh, my ex would have loved this. Now, why am I on a date thinking about my ex? But we're so intertwined. So we have to get ourselves back. We have to learn who we are, what we love, what we bring to the table, because truthfully, men love the passion in women. Wouldn't you agree? And that is, a lot of what excites them and makes them really happy. And feeling good about themselves. Huge thing, feeling good about themselves. Can't even start the job until you feel that.
Yeah, that's so spot on. I talk about that all the time, about happy women. And, there is a process. Like when you get out of a 24-year marriage, you are so intertwined. It's like, well, who the heck am I? I don't even know. I know who I am with him, but what is just me? What do I love to do? Not with anybody else. What do I love? All right, now that I know that I love it, I want to go have fun. And now I'm smiling ear to ear. I'm happy. Now some guy is going to find this woman irresistible because she's happy. She has her things going on. He's like, cool. All I got to do is have fun with her. She's smiling already. And he doesn't want to come into a situation where you're not happy, because then it's like he's set up for failure because he just wants a woman that's happy and wants to have fun. And so if you're there already, he's like, whoo, this is perfect. This is where I want to be.
And the other thing is that I found, which I didn't realize this when I was in my 24-year marriage, because we grew together, we created things together. But when I started dating as I got older, these older men, over 50s men, actually do want to also make you happy. And that is the coolest thing. And most women like our age go, no, I am woman, let me roar, I'll do it all. And this is another piece to getting the job done, is recognizing that men, you're emasculating men when you're not letting them help you. And so I'll have women say to me, are you asking me to be a doormat? And I go, absolutely not. I'm asking you to let a man give to you and for you to learn to receive. And then as women, we take on the world. We can stop over giving. We can let someone give to us. And that feels really good. And a lot of men, I know, get emasculated all the time by women, because women don't even realize they're doing it. When they cut them off at the knees, like a man will say, let me help you with that bag from the airport bin, the little airplane bin. And we go, oh no, I can get it myself. Let them get it for you. It's good practice. Turn around, say, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Give him a smile. And all you got to do is watch his body puff up. That's a really cool thing too. You guys love, like, I helped her,
Yeah, like I put it this way, like we've come so far, obviously like 100, 150 years ago, women were housewives and they weren't working. Now we're working and we're like, and it's the like Beyonce complex, right? So Beyonce, like Miss Independent Woman, that song, I'm Miss Independent. And it's like, I got it. I can do everything. And yes, women, you can. But what about like the next level of really being a queen? Well, a queen has servants, and a queen feels great when people do it. And I'm not saying the man's the servant. But like really being a queen and being independent where you've got everything is now the next level, is like, I'm going to let my man help me. I'm going to let him get that overhead bin. And I am going to be so independent and so sexy. All I'm going to do is thank him and be like, you big, strong man. Like, thanks for helping me. And imagine how great that is. You could have gotten it yourself, but now you're getting supported. You're getting someone involved. And now he gets his appreciation. Like, it's just good on both sides, and it really brings value to the relationship, and it bonds you together, because he's like, yeah, I did get it. Yeah, I'm strong. And she's like, this is not bad. I didn't want to really grab that thing. I could have, but now he's doing it. This is living. I am the queen.
And you know what? They really like doing it. They don't even have to know you, and they'll offer to do it for you. I've had men offer in airplanes, can I get that for you? As I'm like struggling to not let that thing hit my head. They really, really do. But the thing that women also don't realize that's part of getting the job done is when we tell them what to do and how to do it, because we do know how to do a lot of stuff better than you. No offense.
100% true. 100% true.
But we got to let you do it your own way. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing that most women don't realize. So they'll, like, if you're driving in the car and you go to the right and he goes to the left to go to the same place, and you think, oh my God, it's 5 minutes faster. You're actually saying, I don't trust you to get me there, by turning, turning the way he wants to go. We have a really hard time letting men do it their way. And that's, I have found that is the biggest turnoff to men, is that just let me do my job.
It's so spot on. You can ruin relationships just by the way you communicate those things. Mm-hmm. Let me give an example just to hammer this home, if that's all right.
Sure.
So let's pretend like maybe you're cohabitating, or at least maybe the guy's helping out, and you say, hey, would you mind vacuuming? And then he's vacuuming, and, maybe he's not as good at vacuuming as you are. He's probably not.
Right.
So instead of being like, ooh, like, if you went like that, that'd be faster and it'd get more stuff. And you're going too fast. You're not getting everything. And so then, you're nagging at him, and now he's like, why the hell am I vacuuming? Like, I'm getting killed here. Like, I never want to vacuum ever again. Instead, it's just, one, you could just give them the compliment, like, whoa, like, you know, you look so sexy vacuuming. Like, that's amazing. And then if you do want to get maybe some, you're not going to change a man, but you can change his behavior a little bit. Be like, whoa, like nothing is sexier when you go nice and slow with that vacuum. Like, you're getting me in the mood. Or like, nothing is making me happier than you vacuuming and helping with the chores. Like, thank you. And all of a sudden he's like, well, shit, I'm going to vacuum more often. This is great.
Yeah, it's really boosting a guy. You know, I learned the hard way. I had a guy, he was an electrical engineer, renowned around the world. Companies brought him around the world to do electrical engineering, and he wanted to change my dimmer switches in my living room. He goes out, he gets everything for it. He's in there, you know, doing the wires, and I come up behind him because, you know, we as women think we know, we have the book for how to do everything, even when we don't know how to do everything. And I said, are you sure that wire goes with this? Or are you sure that wire goes with that? And he put his, whatever he was using, a screwdriver or whatever, to do all those wires down really gently. He took my face in his hands. He looked me in the eyes and he said, Lisa, if you're not going to let me do my job as a man, I'm never going to do another thing for you. And I would say, I looked at him, I went, thank you for the lesson. I said, okay. I know you could do a great job on this, but it really taught me how easy it is for us to second guess men. And that is probably the second step of getting the job done, is really letting men be men. And that doesn't mean abuse you, dominate you. It means just letting them give to you and learning to receive from men. And I'm always talking about men who are, you know, emotionally healthy, not men that are, you know, not like abuse and all those things. That's not where you want to be.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's important to include, though. It's got to be the right man who wants to give, wants to make you happy. All right. So what is the third thing that these beautiful over 50 women can be doing to be successful in dating?
So to be successful, they also want to have a clear vision of who they want, which we sort out. So we talked about first, by the way, value. The second thing is really understanding who men are. The third thing is getting that really clear vision of the right man for you based on where you are today and what's important in your life today. And so that's getting really clear. And we talked a lot about that before by looking at a different type of man, you know, going out. I just tell my clients, sometimes they get really stuck and they're like stuck in the place of emailing with men all the time or on the phone with them. And I tell them, no, you need to just get out there and be around male energy. And it's also going to help you decide who it is that you want more of or things that you don't want more of just by being in male presence. Whereas when you're just doing it on the phone or writing and making all these decisions based on nothing but your own stories you're telling yourself, you know, that it makes a huge difference. So that's the third step.
Ooh, I like that. Stop creating stories.
That's right.
Stories.
But we all do.
The real deal.
Uh-huh.
The facts, not the stories. All right, I love that. All right, Lisa, what I'm going to do for everybody is I'm going to, in the description, put this free gift that you got for them. And in case the description's hard to find, which I have trouble finding it sometimes, on the comments, I'm going to pin to the very top also your free gift. That one I don't have trouble finding. I'm not so great with YouTube. And guys, if you enjoyed this, hit subscribe. It's on one of these sides. Once again, I don't even know. It's somewhere. Just click it. And I have probably about, let's call it 60 to 70 interviews, and I've got another few hundred YouTube videos of just me. So hopefully you'll enjoy them. And I love all of you. And Lisa, before we exit, what is the free gift?
So the free gift is the 5 little known secrets for finding quality men. And those are really the 4th and the 5th step that we didn't get. Well, we sort of touched on it, and that was, you know, talking about things you can do to meet men in real life, giving you ideas, how to meet men, you know, online. I give you really good ideas with that, along with a template for how to write a profile that's going to you get a man to notice you. But it's the 5 little known secrets. It's a great jumpstart. If you're in a rut, it gives you great ideas. If you're just starting to date, it gives you the beginning of how to start going about it. And you can also go to my website too at findaqualityman.com. Yes. So there you go.
Beautiful. And I love that. I think my favorite part, just if I can offer my favorite part of this interview, is I love the whole, how you document the patterns of your clients. And then that whole process. I'm sure other coaches are doing that, but I've never heard someone with what sounds like such a specific and succinct process. That sounds like it's a big, big game changer when implemented the way you're doing it. So that's really exciting. And I think gears women to not do what they have been doing and actually get an amazing man that's going to last, for a long time.
Yeah.
Forever. Excuse me. Sorry.
If that's what you want. Yes.
Yeah, if that's what you want.
Uh-huh.
All right, guys, I clearly need a nap. It's been a long day.
Hey, I didn't make you tired.
No, it was a long one.
I'll compliment you. You did such a great job. You're a good interviewer, Mike.
No, you did. I can see why, if you just follow the way she just handles herself, this is what men want to gravitate towards. Like, you see how she behaved on this whole interview. If you just watch how she behaved, this is the stuff men love, is a woman that's happy, smiling, bubbly, and then giving compliments. Like, this is perfect. So there you have it. All right, guys, we will see you. I'll have another video on Tuesday, and I love all of you. And Lisa, thank you so much for coming on here. I'm sure we'll see you very shortly.
Thanks, Mike. It was really fun.
All right, bye-bye. Ooh, I can hit stop.